Hi, class. Welcome to week 8. You've made it. You made it all the way to the final week. So let's get started. This week, we will be practicing presentation skills. We're going to pick up where we left off on your PowerPoint presentation, and we're going to finalize that. So over the course of the last 7 weeks, you have developed foundational skills in written communication. You have learned strategies for developing your own written process, recognizing and organizing arguments, and developing your clear thesis statement. You have also sharpened your language skills by practicing key grammar and style skills to develop strategies for revision and polishing your writing. Last week, you began the process of using the tools to translate your written work to a different genre, a professional communication and oral presentation. This week, you will complete and submit your presentation assignment. With this final assignment, you will be ready to tackle new writing and communication challenges in other courses and the workplace. So our goals for this week are: develop strategies to refine presentation documents, practice oral communication in a professional content, reflect on your writing process and improve communication skill sets. So our skill spotlights are critical thinking, culture competency, communication, and technology literacy. So completing your presentation, here are some strategies that we're going to introduce to you regarding your presentation. Effective presentations are engaging and interacting. They pull the audience in from the beginning and they keep its attention through to the end. Of course, this is easier said than done, as anyone who has sat through a dull, uninspiring presentation can attest. Here are some ways to keep your audience involved. You may not need all of these tips for your current presentation, but they are good to note. Practice a beginning and an ending that can be said without using your notes. So you may start strong and finish strong. Begin with an attention-getting hook. This could be in the form of a personal story, a surprising fact, or an unusual claim. Engage the audience by soliciting feedback. In a co-presentation, ask a show of hand questions or a question that can be answered with a single word or short phrase. In an online presentation, try polling and chat features. Build a sense of anticipation. With the attention-getting hook mentioned earlier, leave out the ending, but tell the audience you will be coming back to it later. Just as with a mysterious story, wanting to know what happened will keep the audience engaged in the end. Move them literally. Think of ways to get the audience up and moving. For example, when demonstrating how to do something, ask the audience to stand up and follow along. Many people learn better by doing, and getting audience members out of their seats, even briefly, helps to hold their attention. Include a clear takeaway or desired action in the closing. Tell the audience how to apply what they have learned and request specific action. For instance, you might say something like, after this presentation is over, I want you to don't overstay your welcome. If there is time for questions after the presentation, ask the questions succinctly, but be mindful of time constraints, especially if there are other presenters following you. Thank the audience and make a graceful exit. Revising presentations. The number one weakness by far of the majority of slide presentation is wordiness. The reason for this is that many students begin by copying and pasting the text from their cause and effect essay into the slides, and then they try to revise those passages by shortening them just enough to fit. This is a bad idea. Instead, try this. Imagine that someone who has not read your essay asks you, what is it about? In broad terms. Your reply is what should go into your presentation. You will give them just a brief summary. You wouldn't try to tell them word for your essay. So this is the type of work that you need to put into your presentation. Other common problems is the use of bullets. Some people use too many of them. In addition, whole sentences or even paragraphs are used instead of short phrases. Finally, even when phrases are used, they do not follow parallel structure. Here are some pairs of phrases. Which ones use parallel structure? So that's in this little box right here. You guys go in this box and you open it up and you read it and you see which one has parallel structure, and then the answer follows below. So now we're going to move on to recording tips. When making a recorded presentation, leave plenty of time. You want to make sure that there's plenty of times because it's rarely perfect the first time around. Find a quiet place away from the noise. You don't want to be by windows with a lot of traffic or someone washing dishes or children crying, babies crying in the background. And choose a time of day when there are few distractions and interruptions. This would help stop you from repeating it over and over again. To make sure that the presentation adheres to the time limits, write out an accompanying script and read it while keeping an eye on a timer with a second hand. I find it useful to write out each slide. If you have slide 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, what you want to say for each slide, I find it easy to say slide 1 and then type out what you want to say in that slide on your script. I find that that's the easiest way. That way you're not using too many words and you can time yourself before you turn your submission in. So we want to keep on going. If the presentation will include video of you speaking, make sure that you dress professional. Use a clean and attractive background and position the camera so that it is eye level and your face is centered. But I want to let you know, for this presentation, it does not say that you must be seen. So if you are a little shy and you don't want to show your picture in the presentation, you can just narrate it with the voice, and that's fine. Stumbling over words, getting interrupted, and having a technical glitch are all annoying common occurrences. They happen. So don't get frustrated, take a break, and then try again. Success is all the sweeter when it's preceded by struggle. So you guys just do the best you can. It's not an easy job, but it's a doable job. Looking ahead, this is our next form that we have since we don't have a discussion. So in this session, we will have discussed many strategies for writing in different genres, including description, compare and contrast, and cause and effect. What are some of the key lessons and assignments that that have helped you become a better writer and communicator this session? How might these skills continue to support your academic and professional development as you move forward in your program of study to meet your career goals. So give it some thought and think about the things that you learned in this class and see how you can apply it to real life and on the job. These presentation skills are key. Just about every organization will have you to get involved in presenting something in some kind of form or fashion, and you guys will have this under your belt. Some people may have had difficulties, but that's how we learn. We learn by our struggles, we learn by our mistakes. So just keep going and we will do fine. Now, this is where you're going to turn in your cause and effect essay presentation. And I've cut and pasted this and put it in an announcement for you so you don't have to worry about where is it, how can I find it? It's there. So your presentation is due. And as a reminder, here's a summary of the requirements. It includes approximately 4 to 7 visual appealing slides. Remember to show your audience using visual elements such as charts, graphs, and pictures rather than to tell them with long blocks of text. After all, you've already did that in your essay. So it has audio, if it has audio or audio visual components, you need approximately 5 to 7 minutes. So it can be either audio or audio video. It doesn't matter. And you need roughly 1 minute per slide using PowerPoint or something similar. I gave you a few choices. You can use Zoom, you can use, I forgot the Screencast-O-Matic, Katura. There's several programs that will allow you to show your PowerPoint by sharing your screen and narrating it. Just allow a lot of time to get it done because a lot of times mistakes do happen. But notice, this week closes on Saturday instead of Sunday. So the last day to submit all assignments is Saturday at 11:59 p.m. Mountain Time. So all assignments must be submitted. After that, no assignments will be submitted and the class will be closed. So I'm thinking that I'm going to stop sharing my screen because this is it, you guys. This is the end of the road. It's been a blast. I hope you enjoyed the class and I hope you were able to learn something from it. So in the meantime, you guys take care and I will see you again soon. Bye. Have a good day.